when no one is around, when no one is watching, when there isn't a single cheer, it's just me and my shadow. And in those quiet moments, I have to ask myself, who am I really? How do I carry myself when no one else can see? How do I handle the challenges that only I know exist? How do I respond when there's no applause, no recognition, no validation? That is when greatness is truly forged. Not in the spotlight, not on the stage, not on the podium. Greatness is built in the small things, done perfectly, day after day, workout after workout, disciplined decision after disciplined decision. I've learned that paradise, the life I want, doesn't start in comfort. Paradise begins in the struggle, in the early mornings before the sun rises, in the late nights when everyone else is sleeping, in being misunderstood, in walking a path that very few will follow. The fight for paradise is real. It's relentless. It's about being your own cheerleader when friends are few. Are you willing to be that person? Are you willing to commit to the things nobody else commits to? Everyone talks about working smarter, not harder. I say you need to do both. You need to work smarter, yes, but you also need to work harder. You need to be disciplined. You need to be consistent, and you need to do it when no one else is doing it. The best version of me is the disciplined version of me. The best version of me is the one with boundaries, with focus, with an unwavering commitment to what truly matters. I don't indulge in distractions. I don't compromise. I don't let anything derail me from the prize in front of me. Discipline is uncomfortable. Discipline is facing the situations you don't want to face day after day, training your body, your mind, your habits to do what is necessary. And after enough time, what was once uncomfortable becomes desired. What was once a burden becomes a path to growth. I've learned to crave the discomfort because that's where progress lives. You don't improve by lounging on the couch. You improve by showing up every day and giving everything you've got. A real man, when no one is watching, puts in the work. The process is in the grind. It's in lifting weights when your muscles ache. It's in choosing the right foods when fast food is easy. It's in making disciplined choices that define who you are, even when no one sees them. The real transformation happens in the dark, in the silence, in the invisible effort that most people never notice. That's where champions are made. That's where the foundations for greatness are laid. 5 years from now, the person who committed to the unseen process will stand among the best in the world, not because of luck, not because of talent, but because of relentless, consistent effort. I don't wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning because I'm broke. I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning because I'm not finished yet. The deeper the process, the greater the reward. We don't live by clocks. Life is not a 9-to-5 equation. If the clock says it's bedtime but I'm awake and restless, I get up, because I haven't done an honest day's work yet. I push further, work harder, outlast everyone else. At 2 a.m., when no one is around, I'm working harder than most people work in an entire week, and no one will ever see it, because that's how it's supposed to be. The work is not for accolades. The work is the means to an end. Our lives are not run by the clock. They are run by our desire and ambition. While others sleep, I'm moving ahead. The margins between first and second place grow every single day. The competition is asleep while I'm awake, grinding. Do you think Michael Jordan was content just being a basketball player? Do you think Kobe Bryant was satisfied with championships alone? Number. They were obsessed. Obsession is the catalyst of excellence. Excellence doesn't happen by accident. It requires focus, consistency, and a relentless drive, especially when no one is watching. I get up and run in the pouring rain at 5 a.m. because I know that discipline builds character. A person of principle, a person of character, does the hard things even when the reward is invisible. I mentally prepare myself. I believe in the process like Muhammad Ali believed he was the greatest before he ever won a fight. Belief, coupled with daily action, forms a path. Consistent, disciplined effort shapes a strong directional path that others can admire but never fully understand. Every day, I pay my dues, no matter how small, no matter how unseen. I put in the repetitions. I show up when no one else does. Because if I half-ass it here, I'll half-ass it when it matters most. There are no shortcuts. There is no magic. There is only relentless, focused work. The same person who picks up the trash, who sweeps the floor, who corrects mistakes when no one sees, that same person rises to the podium later in life. The details matter. The small things define the big things. How do I know I'm on the right path? When the small things mean as much as the big things, I hold myself accountable for every decision. I commit to every repetition. I embrace every challenge. I work when no one works. I sacrifice when no one sacrifices. And every day I see the incremental growth. Every day I feel the progress, even when it's invisible to the world. Success isn't glamorous. Success isn't always loud. Success is invisible most of the time. It's the morning you wake up before dawn, the extra reps in the gym, the extra mile on a project, the additional effort in study, the decision to stay focused when distractions surround you. That's where transformation lives. That's where your shadow work becomes the light everyone admires later. The process is everything. And let me tell you something. The process never betrays you. The consistency, the discipline, the sacrifice, the grind, they compound. Your efforts multiply in ways that only time reveals. The person who works diligently when no one watches will be unstoppable when the world is watching. Momentum becomes a force. Confidence becomes unshakable. Belief becomes reality. I don't chase comfort. I chase growth. I embrace struggle. I welcome discipline. I thrive in the unseen effort. That is the essence of greatness. And if you want to reach your highest potential, you must embrace this too. You must get up even when it hurts. You must push harder even when you're exhausted. You must be relentless even when the world sleeps. The grind, the discipline, the invisible work, that is what makes a champion. That is what creates a life worth living. So today, look at yourself. Ask yourself, who am I when no one is watching? What do I do when there's no applause? Are you willing to do the unseen work, the hard work, the consistent work that nobody will notice but you? If your answer is yes, then you are on the path to greatness. The small, disciplined choices you make every day will compound into extraordinary results. Keep going. Keep showing up. Keep grinding. And one day, your shadow work will shine as your greatest achievement.